Just a couple of days ago, I was inside here, Stadion Letzigrund, where I watched Ed Sheeran. And today, because it's cloudy weather, I thought we're just taking out the camera and walking around this area here, taking some pictures on the Mamiya 645 and with Kentmere 200 pushed 2 stops. Let's go and walk around. But first, let's load the Mamiya 645 with a roll of Kentmere 200. So, since my Mamiya 645 1000S doesn't have any internal light reading, I'm using this iconic light meter to meter the light, and I'm setting it to 800 ISO, so it's be pushed 2 stops. Alright, so I'm just gonna do reflective metering from here, set at 800 ISO, and meter for the light around here. And it says 800 of a second at f20. I don't think we have f20 at my Mamiya 645. I'm shooting the Mamiya 645 with the 55mm and oh, it goes to f22. Okay, we're gonna just do 600 of a second, f22. And the closest one is 500 of a second. Alright, I think this is a little bit of a better angle. Maybe even here, the 55 one. I haven't shot the 645 for a while, and looking through the viewfinder, it's a little bit crazy to look at because everything is mirrored. So when I pan left, the image goes right, and if I pan right, the image goes left. Let's try this angle here. Okay, that looks good. Just popping out the magnifier, control shot, unlock the 645, make sure it's leveled, and on 1, 2, 3. First shot of the day. Again, measured at 800 ISO, we have f22 at 500 of a second. Always lock the camera, always. All right, found another cool shot. I just turn around and look at this building. It's a really clean, modern building. I'm just gonna put it down. Let's get the metering going. So as I was saying, I'm metered for the building next to me, and it says f18 at 500 for a second. We're gonna try to frame the person next to the frame. Hopefully you can see that in the video. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So everything on the camera here is mirrored, so if I look through the viewfinder here, as I said, when I go right, the image shifts to the left, and if I go left, the image goes to the right. So very complicated if you haven't done it for a while. Hopefully I get a little bit into that when I walk around here. I think I might do a shot just like this to see how pushing 2 stops would render the clouds above them. As I was saying, I want to meter right here, meter for the sky. f25 at 500 of a second. If I go up to 1000 of a second, say f18. So I'm gonna do that. Aperture already set to f16. I'm gonna go to 1000, and that's a good thing if you have a Mamiya 1000S. Normally the Mamiya 645, the original one, goes only to 500 of a second, but since it's a 1000S, I can go with a shutter speed of 1000. Get the angle right. I really love to put out the magnifier. I think it really helps me. I'm really concentrated and try to make this as level as possible. Okay, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Another shot. All right. Lock the camera. Always lock the camera. Turn off the light meter. Let's have a walk around and see if we find something else here. Okay, just found this hut here, which is pretty cool contrast to the modern building in the background. And I think I'm gonna shoot here with the garden chairs and the table. So we got the foreground here, the background, and that thing here. I measured it at 500 of a second at f20, and I give it a little bit more light because it's backlit here. So just gonna go with f16 with 500 of a second. back now in the office, and you're gonna see in the video why I'm already back. But I want to talk a little bit about the setup I'm using for this video. So as you already seen, I'm using the Mamiya 645-1000S with the 55mm 2.8. It's a great setup, and the 55mm lens is a great all-around lens, resembling a 35mm in full frame terms. Okay, so I found this very cool ticket sign just beside me, and that's gonna meter for it. And it says f9 at 500 per second. So closest one is f8, 500 per second. And let's go close. Sure, it's on the bottom third. Clack. So it's really going to be interesting to see how it's going to turn out with the darker bottom side here and the upper one up there, especially with 2 stops pushed. Really going to be interested in how Kentmere 200 handles this of a contrast and how much grain you're going to see in the shadow parts of the area. So we found this cool building here. I think it's a parking garage. We're gonna meter for, and it says 500 per second at f13. Okay, let's put it at f11, 500 per second. Unlock the camera. Let's start framing. I personally think I want to have a little bit of a tree, or do I want to have it clean? Maybe just like so. I just go a little bit closer. I can clip out the railings on the side. How about that? Maybe from this side. Maybe that side is better. Okay, try to frame it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, lock the camera. So I tried to be very minimalistic with this shot here. I'm trying to get rid of all the distractions of the tree, the building, and only get the blue part here. Alright, so I found an abandoned shopping cart here. Actually, them a shopping cart somewhere abandoned. We're gonna meter for the shopping cart. It says f4 at 500 per second. I will go down to 1/25th of a second at f8. 1/25th of a second at f8. It's the goal. 1/25th of a second. Unlock. Maybe if I go down a little bit more. Get a better frame. Got it. 1, 2, 3. Lock the camera. Rewind. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm back on the bike and we are heading back to the office since it's already almost midday. Oh, hold on, found something. Let's measure this first. 500 per second, f22. Don't think you can really see him on the camera. Set the settings to 500 per second, f22. Unlock the camera and start framing. A little bit far away for that. So if you guys don't see that, there's a man sitting on the stairs and I wanted to have him in the frame, but I think with the 55 it's a little bit too far away. Okay, everything is locked. Let's get on the bike and head back to the office. So as I was saying, we're heading back to the office since I can't find any subjects and my time is running out. Luckily I found a little subject. Hopefully that turned out good. Just gonna know after we process the film. Maybe found another subject here. How about that? That looks really cool. A lot of parked trains here and just gonna meter for the light and measure the light at 500 of a second, f22. Get out the Mamiya, 500 of a second, f22. Unlock it. Let's compose. Closer. How about that framing? Alright. Alright. Lock the camera. Third time. I'm on the bike again. I'm trying to get back to the office, but I keep finding stuff. But as I was saying, time is running out and I still have 5 frames left. Hopefully we're gonna find on our way back some subject to take pictures of. Right, Found another cool spot here. Hopefully the camera's following me. Saw this couple standing right over the bridge. But again, I think the 55 is a little bit too far. F22 at 1,000 of a second. Unlock camera. A lot of people passing by. Let's see if I can isolate them. Yeah. All right. Now we're at frame 12. I'm just gonna take you along with me. One of the things I really love about this camera is how sturdy and compact it is for a 645 camera. It's mostly built out of metal and it feels really premium if you have it in your hand. So I found this cool spot here. A little bit of a view, very sunny right now. So it's 1,000 of a second, f20. Barely can take a shot here. 1,000 of a second, f20. What did I say? f20, so I go down to f16. There are really cool elements here. There's a foreground element of the bushes, the middle ground of the street, and we have some background with the mountain back there. Let's go and check first, and probably gonna see some sparkling highlights in the image. See, 1, 2, 3. Good. So now we're on frame 13. Lock it up, close it down, power off the light meter. One of the downsides though, and one of the reasons why I have a Mamiya 645 Super back here, is there's no interchangeable back. So you're stuck with the roll of film that you have inside, and you can't switch mid-roll to another film stock or to another film with higher or lower ISO, which is unfortunate of the weather outside right now. When I went out in the morning, it was cloudy and I could easily push Kentmere 200 two stops, but now all the clouds are gone and it's really bright and sunny outside. Even with the 1,000th of a second shutter speed that you have with this Mamiya, it's nowhere near fast enough for a film that is pushed to 800. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm probably gonna start editing this video and wait for a better time or wait for the clouds to come back and give me a little bit more of an overcast look for the day. And one of the goals of this roll was to see how much contrast 2 stops of pushing this film really adds to the image. Alright, let's get back to the video. Okay, so I got a red filter on now, metering 200 ISO. Okay, I've made a crucial mistake. Between the last 2 shots and the rest of the roll, there has been a gap between a couple of days or even weeks. Because when I started filming this video, it wasn't all that sunny. The day I started filming and shooting for the video, the clouds started to disappear and the sun got stronger and stronger. And the sunny weather stayed for a really long time and I almost forgot about the video. And when the weather turned with a little bit of clouds, I remembered that I had still 2 shots left on the roll. And for one, I couldn't remember what film was actually inside of the camera. And secondly, what was the goal of the roll. So in the end, I figured it was Kentmere 200, but I forgot that I wanted to push the roll 2 stops and I rated the last 2 shots at 200. 5.6 at 1/60th of a second. Unlock it. Let's see how this is gonna work out. Again, with the same settings at ISO 200, 5.6 and 60th of a second. Okay, now it's done. And I only realized my mistake when I was finished with the roll and I took out the film roll and then it hit me. So I went ahead and I developed the roll of Kentmere 200 with Rodinal for around 22.5 minutes with a dilution of 1:25. And I didn't have much hope for the last 2 shots of the roll, but when I look at the images now, I'm really surprised on how well these 2 shots turned out anyways. I hope you liked the change up today. I didn't do much voiceover, nor did I do a review of the images. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of the images and of this kind of videos. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I see you guys in the next video.